Said that I'd meet ya at the Berkeley Marina, 3 a.m. when no one will be found. All I got in mind is a Boone's Farm jug of wine. Smash a bottle in the parking lot. Considering our luck, we'll get busted by the cops. Instead of sex, we'll go to jail. Another lesson learned and failed.
All right, how's it going, everybody? This is a little. How's it going, my children? This is a little bit of a rattlesnake. I want to do something a little bit different. So I just went and did something that I haven't done in a very long time, and that is to go see a damn movie. I haven't seen a movie in a very long time. I honestly think the last reasonably new movie I saw was when that horrible Matrix movie was streaming. That was the last one I saw. So, yeah. John Wick 4. I don't know what the tagline is. Is it the final chapter or the fourth chapter? I don't know. Now, granted, I'm not gonna go ahead and spoil too much for you. I'm gonna go ahead and just change the title to "Was It Any Good?" Yeah, was it any good? All right, so we're changing the name of that. All right. So I think it sucks that there's no movie section for all the weird topics that we allow to have on these things, and for all the weird topics that we can get into. I'm surprised we don't have that much here. I don't know. I would like to see a day where they have like a necrophilia chat room on TikTok or on Twitch. That would be hilarious. This week coming up is all going to be brought to you by a very good strain of weed, which is called lemon cherry tart. Oh, cherry tarts. Yeah, it's like a pop tart. Yeah, lemon tart, and it's friggin' awesome. It's a great buzz. It's another sativa, but I mixed it in with the hybrid stuff. So together it creates this nice little Frankenstein. But all right, so the main question is: was the movie any good? How did it go? And how much of it do we want to spoil for you? Right? That's always the key questions. And so let me just be fair here. And if you saw my announcement on TikTok, my announcement was pretty basic. I said, I don't know if you guys want me to give you the big yes or the big no, so I'll give you the big yes, and that it's worth watching, which was a total joke. Of course, it's worth watching. It's a John Wick movie, and the way it's set up is always fantastic when it comes down to the fight choreography, all of that. It's like it really is the gold standard of action films. I mean, it used to be a long time ago. It used to be the whole Matrix thing, but now we've moved on to John Wick, and we've grown with John Wick, and so I've been watching every movie since they've been in theaters. And so John Wick 4, for those of you that haven't seen it, I don't want to ruin it for you, so I'll say that it's a little bit longer than the usual ones, which honestly I really didn't mind because the movies really keep a good pacing. So it's not like the time drags. It's not like I really even noticed because I got to the theater at the show started at 2:45. I got home at damn near 7. So obviously it's a long movie, but I mean it's not like Avatar long where it's I'm just looking for reasons to go to the bathroom and try to smoke a J or something. But for this movie, one J was enough. I smoked one, and then I just enjoyed the flick. So I think if we were gonna give it, 1 to 5 bongs, I would definitely give it at least 3.5 bongs. Number 2 was probably still my favorite, but what you don't have to worry about with John Wick 4 is the lack of action. I had heard bits and pieces from people saying that there was a big dip in action, and this was like the slowest one. I don't know what they're talking about. They must really have like attention spans like moths, because if you're into the story and you've been into the story since the first film, you should do fine. You should be just as interested. If I were to give any complaints, that it will not ruin the movie for you whatsoever. Like I said, it's just a little bit long, and I think that sometimes we spent more time on characters that I would have rather seen. What is this? We have a thunderstorm warning. So anyway, um, yeah, it was like this. There was little bits and pieces that I think could have been spent on other characters. For instance, I think Lawrence Fishburne, who plays the king of the Bowery, I consider him to be one of the most interesting characters, along with the whole crew of the homeless hitmen. I think that's one of the most interesting parts of the film. And that was in the second film. In the third film, we went to the Middle East, and we got to learn about Sophia. And honestly, I could have taken it or leave it. I really did love the dogs and stuff like that. And what's cool is, the John Wick series have always managed to find a way to make dogs badass. And so even though this movie does not have his dog, Keanu's dog or John's dog, there's still a cool dog in the film. And another one that just loves to eat people's nutsack for some reason. But what another thing that I found funny is, and again, this won't ruin the movie for you at all, but there is a there's a movie that's made by the same makers of John Wick, and they also made a movie called Violent Night that was kind of like a spoof of a Die Hard movie, but with Santa Claus as Bruce Willis. So kind of like, what if John McClane was Santa Claus, kind of thing. So that's cool. That's having fun with action, and I love when people have fun with action. One of my favorite films is if you ever seen like Naked Gun. There's a movie called I think it's called like Fully Loaded, and it's a spoof of Lethal Weapon, and it's definitely really funny. And so it had Emilio Estevez and Samuel L. Jackson as Danny Glover and Mel Gibson. It was really good. So with John Wick 4, the complaint I had was that I didn't get to explore the multifaceted levels of that world. And I really want to explore that. There was supposed to be a show originally on, I believe it was supposed to be Fox, and Keanu Reeves was even supposed to be, or allegedly supposed to be in the first episode, and it was going to be a series called The Continental. Now, I don't know if this is, if this has been thrown away by the whole Fox buyout and Disney whole thing. So that's a possibility, but I really hope that's not the case because that would really help. And with Lance Reddick passing away, I think it really sucks. But if you watch the movie, you'll see that his death, his death won't ruin any future installments. So it's kind of like a take it or leave it character. And again, we get to understand Winston and John, but it seems to me like if someone had betrayed me the way that he had betrayed John, I don't know, I wouldn't have been as easily forgiving, but that could always just be because John understands the life better than anybody and understands the decisions they have to make and can truly empathize with wanting to kill, you. So again, out of five bongs, I give it 3.5. Because the number 2 I gave 4 bongs to. Number 1 I gave 3.5 bongs to. Oh yeah, that was funny that there's a movie that they created that's called Nobody, and then they have a character in the new John Wick that's name is Nobody. And if you watch the movie Nobody, it was with Bob Odenkirk, except this is not Bob Odenkirk. I just thought it was funny that his name also happens to just be No One or Nobody. Which actually reminds me, if you guys are at all into westerns, and personally I'm not a big western guy, but let me just say, check out the film My Name is Nobody. Other than Tombstone, it is one of the only westerns I can sit through and actually enjoy. Besides, the basics like Good, Bad, and the Ugly and Mag 7 and stuff. So I think that there was definitely a lot of action in this film. I want to say there was about 4 full action sequences that would have lasted about 10 minutes or so. It wasn't a case where, we only got a couple of fights. And that was, again, one of the arguments. I don't know how many fights you expected, but try to remember that John Wick is not just about, killing people. It's not just about that. It's a lot to do with his connections. And I can admit that I'm a little confused by the beginning, so this might be a movie that I have to check out more than once. But if that's the case, then that's the case. So I would definitely recommend the film. Go check it out. Try to check it out while it's in theaters, because right now, I already talked about it. I still think that the movie companies need to pay for the movie theaters. I'm just saying, if you want a really good experience on the film, go see it in theaters. It's way more interesting because in a few months it'll be streaming, and I wouldn't wait that long. Just make sure you don't go on the weekends, because that's when all the goddamn kids show up. And go. What I do is I try to go around 2 or 2:45, because that's when school is still in session. So that's when I go see the movie. All right. So I recommend you do the same, and just make sure you got plenty of snacks and maybe a urinal, because I had to go to the bathroom I think once or twice. So yeah, enjoy the film. I hope I didn't spoil anything for you. It is definitely worth watching, and the action sequences are amazing. You have some great actors in the martial arts world in this film. You have guys like Scott Adkins. You have guys like Scott Adkins playing a crazy role, and of course Donnie Yen. And there's one more main guy that I always appreciated, and that's Hiroyuki Sanada. He was also another really good martial artist. So it's really cool to see three of some of the best guys in the business working with Keanu Reeves, who I think can keep up with some of the best in the business. All right, so I hope you enjoy the movie and enjoy the almost 4 bongs that I gave it. Just make sure you bring plenty of snacks, all right? Because you know what, I spent way too much money. Normally the money that I spend on like getting 3 people tickets to see a movie was what I spent just on popcorn and pop. So when it comes to like the Buncher Crunch and all that stuff, just pack your bag with it. Nobody wants to pay for it, and they never have it either. They always have like the snow caps. Who the wants snow caps? I don't want no fucking snow caps. Go cap your own fucking snow. You mooks, you pukes, you lames, you pukes. All right, so anyway, that's my time. Tomorrow we will be back with a fresh new show, and or not, it's Saturday. So stay free. Thanks for sticking around with me. Stay free, stay safe, be yourselves, and I will catch you on the other side. Most importantly, stay cheesy, my friends.
Say